This is a big one because we just had a big pandemic, all right? And almost close to half the world's population has been affected. Vagus nerve inflammation contributes to the sautonomia, the sautonomia in COVID-19. All right, I'll come to you and explain what is the sautonomia. But vagus nerve inflammation, right, contributes to this problem because of COVID-19. That's what they're saying. Okay, that's what they're saying. And this is from PubMed, and this is 2023. That's what they have concluded. And the sautonomia, basically what it means is this, is a nervous system disorder that disrupts autonomic body processes. So you're talking about the vagus nerve, right? These are automatic functions like your blood pressure, your heart rate. Having dysautonomia means these functions don't work properly, causing disruptive symptoms. And these symptoms are often manageable, but diagnosing and treating dysautonomia is sometimes difficult. Of course, it's difficult because why? I told you, in vagus nerve, there are 80,000 nerves linking to different organs of your body. It's not easy to diagnose. All right, let's go on. And this is, well, from this Feinstein Northwell Institute, and they are like, very credible, okay, in terms of vagus nerve. And this is what they have research on. A joint study by Feinstein Institute and Karolinska Institute details the connection between the COVID-19, all right, the vagus nerve, and hyperinflammation. And I'll just read the first few sentences, and this is what it says. A hallmark of fatal SARS-CoV-2, which is COVID-19 infection, is cytokine storm. Remember the word cytokine. Storm. Storm suggests a lot. Overproduction, cytokine. An increase of inflammatory proteins within the body that can lead to respiratory distress and organ failure. Okay? And this was published in a journal as well, medical journal. Now, what diseases or conditions involve cytokines? Remember, I asked you to remember that word cytokines? Cytokines are so essential to your immune system that they play a role in most conditions and diseases that may affect you. Typically, cytokines help keep you infection-free. So it's a good thing. But if your immune system releases too many cytokines, that means the vagus nerve is like going haywire and crazy, doesn't know how to signal correctly, and it produces too much. In response to an infection or treatments like immunotherapy, you may develop cytokine release syndrome, also called a cytokine storm. Okay, too much. You may develop various symptoms that affect multiple body systems. Wow. It affects multiple body systems. CRS can be life-threatening without treatment. Too many cytokines can create a heightened inflammatory response. Too much inflammation can damage tissue and lead to diseases and conditions, including, that means not exhaustive, including, all right? Autoimmune diseases. With autoimmune diseases, your body's immune cells mistakenly attack healthy cells. Remember earlier on, I was talking about how it can homeostasis, right? So it helps, isn't it? Acupuncture helps in homeostasis. So there you go. It solves this problem. Metabolic disorders. Metabolic disorders involves problem with metabolism, the process that allows your body to transform food into energy and remove waste from your body. And the third one here, guys, cancer. Wow. And the fourth one, sepsis. With sepsis, your body's inflammatory response is so extreme that you experience reduced blood flow to your major organs. Reduced blood flow to your major organs now. That's not good. Sepsis can be fatal without emergency medical treatment. Wow. Now, let me go on. ScienceDirect.com. It says this. Vagus nerve dysfunction in the post-COVID-19 condition, a pilot cross-sectional study. So this document, right, it also concludes that the vagus nerve dysfunction was caused by COVID-19. And lastly, let me show you this. Forbes magazine, Forbes.com, you all know about this Forbes, right? It also highlights new insights into long COVID point to damage to the vagus nerve. Guys, I'm not making this up, all right? It's a little bit technical today's session, but essentially what all these documents are suggesting to us is the COVID-19 virus. I've had COVID once. I don't know about you guys, right? But of course, almost all of us have been, right? And I had COVID. And this COVID can play havoc to your vagus nerves. And it's there, right? And we don't know when it's going to strike. It's already having a damage or somewhere in our vagus nerve because there are 80,000. I don't know. I don't know where. You don't know. I don't know. 80,000. Around 80,000. That's what the scientists found out in vagus nerve itself. So why not just use this, buy this, and stimulate yourself? Okay? Take the precaution, stimulate yourself, and do this other thing every day. Stimulate your stem cells, turn off the inflammation, your nitric oxide, and your homeostasis, your autoimmune system. And prevention is always better than cure. Do something about it. Everyone in the world, right, knows of someone who has COVID. And let me just show you. This is the estimate, all right? And this is by who? University of Minnesota, right? And in 2021, late 2021, they estimated 3.8 billion COVID-19 infections and reinfections. 3.8 billion. What's the population of the world today? 8 billion or something like that, right? It's almost half. Every home needs one. Let me ask you a simple question. Before COVID, you rarely heard of people with rapid heartbeat. After COVID, I have friends with rapid heartbeat. Are you with me? Before COVID, you don't have youngsters with hypertension. After COVID, you have youngsters with hypertension. Before COVID, you rarely hear of young people dying of stroke. After COVID, even young people have stroke. Okay? So there's a lot of things going on, and our landscape in terms of health has really changed. And a lot of it, doctors don't even know. They're very hard to pinpoint to that particular problem. Why not? Take it in your own hands. Doesn't cost that much. No harm. US FDA registered product. Is it safe? ISO 13485 from UK. Why not? Just do it. For your health, for your loved ones, for your family. All right, guys, that's the message that I want to send to all of you today. And all this hopefully will come to something. All right.